Okay, so it's NRM Liberation Day in Uganda today. It's a public holiday, so people ought to be celebrating, right? Well, tensions are rising, sadly, instead, following a disputed presidential election that has drawn growing international attention and concern for human rights groups. Opposition leader Robert Chagulani, widely known as Bobi Wine, says that soldiers raided his home in the capital Kampala, arrested his wife, and detained several of his supporters. Allegations the military has not publicly confirmed, as regional and global observers have been calling for restraint and transparency. Questions are mounting about the country's political direction and the safety of civilians. Well, to help us understand what's unfolding on the ground, we're now joined live from Kampala by Mike Arereng, who's a Channel Africa correspondent in Uganda. Mike, thanks very much indeed for joining us. So it's a public holiday, NRM Liberation Day, but what is the mood on the ground today?
Thanks, Peter Ndoro, a brother from another mother. Well, though people are celebrating, but it is true, Barbara Chagulani, the wife of Robert Chagulani Sentamu, the leader of the opposition National Unity Platform, is currently admitted at St. Francis Hospital in Zambia, in Kampala, after being seriously injured by soldiers who raided their residence in Arereng, a suburb of Kampala City. The raid happened last Saturday by the soldiers from the Special Force Command who guard the president and soldiers from the Uganda People's Defense Force. And they are the ones who were in charge after breaking the main gate and beating up the security guards and housemaids before conducting a search in all the rooms and taking with them any electronic gadgets, laptops, phones, and important documents. Also, they vandalized property. Barbara Chagulani in the hospital bed as she was addressing the news reporter, she said that she was beaten by the soldiers after refusing to unlock her phone and disclosing the whereabouts of the husband, Robert Chagulani, who is still in hiding after casting his vote in the just concluded elections. It appears the soldiers wanted to get information on the whereabouts of Robert Chagulani. Some people allege that Chagulani is out of the country and probably in Nairobi, Kenya, but other people are doubting that as they know that hiding in a neighboring country like Kenya or Tanzania will be an easy catch for him. For former leader of opposition in Uganda, retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye, was captured in Nairobi by security personnel from Uganda and is awaiting for trial 1 year after his capture and will be charged with treason.
As Ugandans see all of this, particularly images of Chagulani's wife injured by authorities, how have they been reacting to what they're seeing and hearing?
Well, people actually are not happy with the action taken by the government, and most of the people are saying that President Museveni, after winning the election, he should actually leave alone Robert Chagulani and his supporters. Because as I speak right now, more than 300 supporters of Robert Chagulani have been arrested. And apart from Robert Chagulani evading arrest, I can say that two of his deputies have gone missing, and one of his assistants, Mohamed Kivundi, a member of parliament from central Uganda, was arrested by police on allegation of attacking a police station. 10 people were shot dead at his residence when police attacked his residence. So actually the situation, the political situation is not okay, and President Museveni has remained firm with his stance.
So, are celebrations NRM Day actually happening today? Are people showing up to celebrate, or is there some kind of, I don't know, stay at home because they're not happy about what's happening?
Well, today marks 40 years since President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni came into power. I remember quite well on 26th of January in 1986, I was still working at the National Broadcaster Radio Uganda, and actually I remember announcing the capture of Kampala city. That was way back in 1986. So those 40 years, and the celebrations will be celebrated at Kololo National Grounds, where President Museveni will address the nation, and it will be his second appearance after winning the election. His first appearance was at his country home in Rwakitura, Western Uganda, where he addressed invited guests, including clergymen, and took a swipe to Robert Kyagulanyi, saying he acts as a terrorist and an agent of Western countries. But all in all, thousands and thousands of people will be attending the celebrations to mark 40 years of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in power.
All right, Mike, we're going to have to leave it there. Always great talking to you. Thank you so much indeed, my brother.
Thank you too. Thank you too.
That's Mike Arereng, our correspondent in Kampala, Uganda, talking to us about the situation in the country at this time. It's 7:30. Here are your news headlines with Onele Nsinzi.